It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure. It's a great pleasure to have all of you here today. I thought you all might begin your tour here.
It is a great pleasure having you all here today. Welcome to eCommerce and Carry On. My name is Phil A.
And I'm Chris Morley. Our first story is on Google in a report on multi-channel retailing.
Is Australian media suffering the same fate as Australian retail?
And Phil gives us some insight from PubCon.
Let's get into it.
So those of you who attended PISA this year will remember eBay Director of Australia, Deb Sharkey, saying the lines between online and offline are being blurred. And it turns out she was correct. Google released a survey this week on multi-channel retailing.
Yes, I do remember the quote, the lines between offline and online are blurring. And Deb's a huge fan of the show, so hi Deb. Yes, the Google report revealed that 51% of people who research online will then go to the store to visit. But the staggering figure was that 32% who research online will then go into the store and then go back home and purchase online or in-store online, which
absolutely
is phenomenal. So it does show that multi-channel is alive and well.
Yeah, and Phil, this is something we've been saying forever. And you know, if the traditional guys can get an online backing to match them in store, then they'll do really, really well online. They'll dominate it, and it makes it harder for the pure play guys to come on and embrace all the retail.
Absolutely. I mean, Maya and David Jones are a great example of not getting their act together right. And you know, if people aren't looking at your website, they're not going into your store, and then they're certainly not going to purchase online. Again, it's about multi-channel, and this report certainly confirms that.
Yeah, and it's going to get more and more significant as the younger generation, more internet savvy, are going to become financially independent, and they're going to be going shopping this way.
Correct.
So following on from the importance of multi-channel retailing, let's have a look at two industries in Australia who seem to be suffering a bit. The Australian media industry and the Australian retail industry have both announced massive job losses and slashes of departments this year. And it's perhaps little wonder that they're facing the same issues. Neither are really embracing online well, Phil.
No, look, last week Channel 9 held off the administrators with $3.3 billion worth of repayments. And I mean, the great man, Kerry Packer, must be absolutely turning in his grave with all this news. But look, it's not Nine's just suffering, Channel 10's in a bit of a problem, and look, Fairfax shed 1,900 jobs last week. You know, things have changed dramatically. The way we shop has changed dramatically, and certainly the way we get our news.
Yeah, absolutely. And as much as we say local retailers need to embrace online and have better customer engagement and connect with the technology better, media needs to do exactly the same.
It does, you know, and what's interesting is that Fairfax shed 1,900 jobs last week and also held off a bid by Gina Reinhardt, one of the world's richest women, I believe, from getting control of the business. Maybe they should. I think that News are doing a pretty good job. They were pretty much first to market. Their app for iPhone and iPad for news delivery is fantastic. They also have an option so you can tick the box for the weekend paper to be delivered, which is the Weekend Australian. The rest of the time you can actually take the new method of getting the content.
Well, that's a good combination of the two. I do think Channel 10 are in a bit more trouble. A lot of their shows are targeted to a younger demographic who are actually watching fewer shows on TV and more shows on the internet. And advertisers know this, and they know they're not getting bang for their buck, and they're going to go where the viewers are going.
Look, the kids do completely different ways of gathering information and playing games, and their time is so much more limited than what it used to be when certainly I was growing up. So the market has completely changed. So those dinosaurs need to change or die.
Well, they don't sell black and white TVs anymore, do they?
No, shut up.
So last week, our loyal watchers will have noticed that I was missing, and judging by the number of emails of support and love that I got, I was sorely missed. But Phil delivered 3 really great interviews from PubCon, and Phil, tell us a little bit about PubCon last week.
Well, firstly, I don't think you were missed at all, Chris. There was the same amount of views for the video as normal, but I missed you, Chris. That's the main thing. Look, PubCon I go to every year. It's a great conference. This year's guest speaker was Dr. Robert Cialdini, who wrote the best-selling book Influence. It's a New York Times bestseller. I think it's sold over 2 million copies. And the good doctor is from the Arizona State University, and has basically spent his life looking at compliance tricks sales professionals use. It was a great book. It was a fantastic keynote. And PubCom itself is a conference which is just amazing. It's full of content. It goes for 4 days. It's pretty grueling. There are about 8 different breakout sessions along with keynotes, and it includes SEO, in-house SEO, affiliate marketing, search engine marketing, local search conference, webmasters, and of course site reviews. So don't miss PubCom if you can get to it next year in Las Vegas. We actually had about 20 Australians there this year, which is fantastic.
That's really good.
And we had a great time and learned a lot.
And if you did miss this PubCon last week, there is a PubCon South coming up in April, 22nd to the 25th.
That's Tim Ash, by the way, doing that as a naughty boy, Tim.
He's very naughty, but it's in New Orleans at the New Orleans Convention Centre in the Big Easy down south, April 22nd to 25th, and well worth the trip over.
Yeah.
Thanks once again for joining us on eComm and Carry On. I hope you got something out of the show. Phil and I will be at Shop Talk, e-commerce meetup group on Wednesday night.
Down at the Honey Bar on the corner of Park and Clarendon Street, so come down and say g'day.
Yeah, absolutely. Come along, 6:15. Simon Arnold from the Deals Group will be on the panel. He's always entertaining.
He's a bit of a character, Simon. Yes, he is.
Larger than life.
And Simon loves the show too, so hi Simon.
Huge fan. Come along, Phil's got some drink cards as well for Wednesday night, so hopefully we'll see you there. And don't forget to subscribe.
See you next week.